Hey, what's up everybody? I am Jason and you're watching my channel, Micro Investor. Alright, so I did something that I don't usually do, and that is I sold some stocks. Recently I've been actually selling some stocks. If you've been following my channel, you'd know that I sold NEO a couple weeks ago. I sold that stock at the day before it crashed. So I kind of felt the same thing might happen to these other stocks, and that's why I got out of them. But I've been holding on to these stocks for a while, for a couple years. So to me, I felt like it was time to let go. I felt like the time was right. So let's get to that. All right, so the first thing that I sold was the ETF MJ. That ETF is real heavy with like Canopy Growth, Kronos, Aurora, Tilray, and I felt like that space is probably in a bubble right now, more than likely, and that bubble is going to burst. And also, if you look at these stocks individually, if you look at Kronos, Aurora, you'd see that these stocks, every 3 months, they trend up and they trend back down. So I felt like it isn't really a safe time to be into. The ETF has gone up quite a bit, and that was why I felt like, hey, I need to sell. I haven't made a purchase in a long time. It definitely was time for me to just get out of it and possibly get back into here in the future. With the thought of knowing that MJ more than likely will be going back down, and then I can just do a swing trade and get back into it, did not make me feel bad about selling it. But this next stock, I've had quite a bit of an attachment to, which I shouldn't really have much of an attachment to a stock, but I did. And that was the stock Wingstop. I've really liked being an investor into Wingstop and having shares of it. There's a couple of reasons why I did sell out of it. One is that the stock was at its all-time high. That stock I originally bought into at about $32 a share, and today it did go to its all-time high, and that was one of the reasons that made me sell it. But there was another reason, and that was because the first time I ever went into a Wingstop was in Folsom, which is a area that I used to live in that's just nearby where I currently live. I live in Sacramento. Folsom's still in the county, but over there, it's real close to Intel and Micron, and so it's like a big tech area. And that one was really nice when I went into it, but then when I moved more into the city, into Sacramento, I went to a couple different Wingstops, and the atmosphere and the food and everything did not taste as good. It was really up to par with, I'd say, like a Jack in a Box. It was not the same thing that I originally was interested in investing into, and that had to do a lot with why I also just had to get out of that stock. It seemed like that company was not the same as I originally wanted it to be. So I originally started buying Wingstop at $32, and I was very consistent in buying into them pretty much like every 2 weeks. I buy them about twice a month, and I just keep going. And then I started slowing down when I noticed it just kept going up. But then I continued buying back into it, and I stopped when the stock went to $52 a share. Now today, when I sold the stock, it was $72 a share. So as you can tell, I made more than 100% off of my original investments into this company, and I still, even on my last investments, I still made quite a big return. And that was another reason why I had to get out of this stock. One, it wasn't up to par, and two, this stock was just climbing up really high, and I felt like I needed to get out of it. There was no dividend, so it was just really just a growth play anyways, which I succeeded on, and that's how I executed it. So I'm gonna hold this cash for a little bit. I'm gonna see what investments that I want to jump into. Of course, I'm gonna share it. So as always, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I have new videos coming out on my channel all the time. Thank you for watching.